Hey guys, it's Jenny with Roots and Wings Furniture, and wanted to give you a quick 5-minute tip before you paint anything white next time. So remember this, as soon as you think like, oh, that dresser is going to look great if I paint it white. This might be a surprise to some of you, but white is the hardest color to paint as a refinisher, and the reason is because sometimes you'll get bleed through on your color. It'll turn pink, it'll turn yellow. You won't know what happened, you won't know what you did wrong. It's not you, it's the wood. It took me a while the first dresser I ever painted was white. Didn't have a problem with it. And then later on I started having that problem. So here's a trick that I learned. If you're gonna paint something that has red tones to it, Tucker's chewing up things while I do this, of course. Over there, go there. Okay, anything that starts out kind of red, think cherries, mahoganies, and then anything that, even oak with the yellow tones, you can get a lot of bleed through with it. So what most people do will be to keep adding coats of paint, like coats and coats of white paint, 5 coats, 6 coats. And what will happen over time is the bleed through is going to keep coming through. So it's really hard to cut through that with just paint. So what most people do, and what you'll find a lot on Pinterest, is to use shellac. And shellac is a super smelly paint product, and it works. Yes, it works. But there's something new that came out that I want to show you, and I've used it a couple times. I'm going to do a blog post on this this Thursday, tomorrow. So watch for that, rootsandwingsfurniture.com/blog, and this will be up tomorrow. But General Finishes came out with a new product in the last few months. It's stain blocker. And I've already made a complete mess of this can, but this is what it looks like. It is a white primer, and it works awesome. I took a little class, learned more about it at the expo, but this stuff works great. And this is the 3rd time I've used it and have had no trouble. It doesn't smell. It's water-based, so even being this close to the can, I cannot smell it at all. So it's a lot better for you, healthier than shellac, not smelly. You don't have to use it outside. It is a water-based epoxy, so you actually need 2 coats. The first coat is going to seal in any of the bleed through, and then the first coat, kind of brings it out, and the second coat seals it in. So this is what you would do, 2 coats of this, and then your white paint. So here's my trick. If you get a piece and you're not sure if it's going to have bleed through or not, let me show you a trick. This trunk I'm doing for a client, she wanted the outside and the inside white. The outside was definitely had some red tones. It was super obvious. I will put a before picture up on the blog post that I do tomorrow. But I was working on the inside of this cover, and I want to show you something. If you're not sure you're going to get bleed through, take some sandpaper. This is just 220, and do a little sanding. So I'm just going to do it on the top of the lid here. Just like that. Now, this is red sandpaper, of course, so it's kind of hard to see. But do you see that there's color on your sandpaper? And since it's red, you can also use a damp rag and just wipe where you sanded. Do you see how that is red? Has color in it? Now, if you're sanding oak, it's going to be yellow, but there's color on your rag, and so this is going to mean that it's going to bleed through. So you do this little quick test. If you get color on your rag, instead of just white sanding dust, then you know you are going to need primer. So that's when you would move ahead and do your 2 coats of primer and then your white paint. I'm going to distress this, so you can distress through the paint and the primer both. So just so you know, that will work. So I hope that's helpful. Just think about that the next time you go to paint something white. White always looks gorgeous, and it can really make a huge difference on a piece, but it can just be tricky. So just take a minute, take some sandpaper, test it before you have to do like 13,000 coats of paint. All right? Hope y'all have a good day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.